Hi guys, Crochet and Connect here. I'm coming to you today with my crochet year in review and my crochet project plans for 2020. So in 2019 I made a list of projects that I wanted to complete. I did not make a whole lot of progress on this list. So I had a few Christmas things on this list that I did not get to. I wanted to make this plush Christmas mouse that is in this magazine here. This is the December 2017 Crochet World. And so for the last couple of years I've been planning to make this plush mouse. I already bought the whisk for it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I was planning to make it this year. I didn't get around to it, so it's back on my list again for next year. And I also wanted to make a Christmas tissue box cover, which I have not yet found a pattern for, because most of the patterns I see around are for like the tall square tissue boxes, but those are kind of harder to find around here in large packs, and we like to buy large packs of tissue boxes of the short rectangle kind, and I haven't seen a lot of patterns for the rectangle kind, so I don't know if I'm going to keep looking for a pattern for that shape box or just make a square one and just buy like one square tissue box every year for Christmas so I can use that cover. I don't know. We will see how that goes. When I find a pattern, I will let you know in a video, of course. But yeah, so I was going to make a tissue cover. I didn't get around to it. I was going to make a baby stacking toy. I don't have the magazine here with me, but it was in a special issue of Crochet World. There was a stacking toy that was like an alien, and then there were like rings that went on it that made it look like a spaceship. And so I was planning to make that because I did have a baby in 2019 and I just never got around to it. And my baby's almost 8 months old now, so even if I were to start it now, by the time I actually finished it, she'd probably not be interested in stacking toys anymore. She'd probably be too old for them. So, and we already have a couple other stacking toys, one that I made and a store-bought one that someone else gave us for our first child. So we don't really need another stacking toy, I guess. So that's off the list. I had a Christmas stocking on my list for the new baby, and I did get that done. I showed that in a previous video. And I did have baby sweater. Actually, it was on my 2018 list. I didn't get to it in 2018, but I did get to it in 2019. So, baby sweater complete. I was going to make a plush Molly from the Big Comfy Couch for my daughter, but I was planning to make that like back in 2018, I think. When she did kind of start watching Big Comfy Couch, and then she stopped, and I don't think she even remembers what Big Comfy Couch is now, so I don't know if I'm going to get around to ever making that Molly. I might make it for myself at some point, but if either of my kids get into it, then I will make it. If not, I probably won't. So that's put off to the side for now. That's a question mark project, and I did not get to it. My shawl, which I showed the first couple of rows of in a previous video, I have not gotten any farther on that, so that is not complete, but it is a work in progress. And the last item on my 2019 list was the wedding Afghan that I was making my friend, which I did complete and showed, I think back in April. I made a video about that, and I mailed it off to my friend, so that is done. Window ornaments for Christmas for my front window. I did make the snowflakes and the one gingerbread house. I did make the gingerbread men as well, but I didn't put them in my window. They did not turn out as I was expecting. So, but I did make some window ornaments, so I can check that off. So that was a good amount of projects done for me, I think. So on my 2020 upcoming projects list, I want to make this poncho for my younger daughter. This is called the Sweetheart Poncho. and it is in the Crochet World Holiday 2013 special issue. The pattern says the instructions are for a child size 2-3. That does not look like a 2-year-old to me. That looks more like a 1 to 18-month-old. That looks small for a 2-3. My older daughter is a 2-3 right now. That looks kind of small, and my daughter's not a very big child. So I don't know if that's gonna work out, but I want to have this done by next fall. Or by next Christmas at the latest, and by then my younger daughter will be about 18, 19 months, so that should be a good size for her by then. So I'm going to try to get that done. But this, oh, I thought this needed sport weight yarn. It does not. Worsted weight yarn, that's doable. I do not have any sport weight in my stash right now, so I was a bit worried about that. But no, this is worsted weight yarn, so it doesn't give a specific brand, just says worsted weight, so that'll be an easy thing to complete, I think. I don't know when I'm going to start that, but I will let you know when I do. The next thing on my 2020 list is a dress from this book, Vanna's Favorite Crochet Gifts. Near the back of the book here, I forgot to bookmark it. Again, I always forget to bookmark things that I want to show. Where is it? I know it was closer to the end. Here it is. It's called Mother-Daughter Duet because it's a mother sweater and a daughter dress that match. I just want to make the dress for my older daughter and then eventually pass it down to my younger daughter. The instructions are for child small, medium, and large. Oh, and extra large. Oh no, that's the sweater. Small, medium, and large for the dress. And it gives the measurements here. I'm not sure exactly which size I'm going to need to make. I'll have to measure my daughter or some of her clothes to figure it out. But this does need sport weight yarn, so I don't know where I'm going to get that. But I will be sure to do a haul when I do buy the yarn for that. So that's the dress, the top of a close-up of the top of the dress there. So yeah. And believe it or not, this little girl, that's Vanna's daughter, she is an adult now. This book is that old. I think she's in her early 20s now. This book is from 2001, in case anyone was curious. Yeah, and then I've been wanting to also make, along with the Christmas items that I never got around to making, I've also been thinking of making a dish soap bottle cover in the shape of a dress, which can also be used as a dishcloth. I've seen patterns for those all around, and I've always been meaning to make a couple. I want to make a regular one just for all year round and one in Christmas colors. And I actually did spend some time over the last few weeks looking for Christmas colored cottons, and it's really hard to find. Bernat Handicrafter and I think Lily Sugar and Cream make some. Both of them, I think the colorway is mistletoe, but it's really hard to find in stores. I can only find it online, and it was never on sale. It was always really expensive, so I just never got to it. But so yeah, so dish soap cover. I will look for the Christmas yarn for that again this year, and I'll also just probably make one soon out of just regular colors of yarn for a year-round one. The tissue cover and mouse I already mentioned. That's on my list for 2020. This mermaid tail Afghan, I forget where I got this pattern from. It was from a store. It was one of those free ones off the shelf. But I can't remember what store or how long ago I got this. I've had this for quite a while, and I've been meaning to make it for quite a while, but I haven't got to it yet. Although one of these takes 4 skeins of Bernat blanket, and those are kind of expensive around here. And if I'm going to make, because I want to make one for each of my daughters, I don't know if I'm actually going to give them to them anytime soon, because my one daughter's still a baby. The other one's 3, so that would be a good age for this, but I don't know if I want to wait until my younger daughter is old enough and give it to them like together as a Christmas present. But I could, just because I'm not going to give it to them now doesn't mean I can't make it now. So if, I'm going to make it as soon as I'm able to get the yarn. I don't know when I'm going to go out to get that yarn, but I think I want to start this in 2020. I put it on my list. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but it's on my list. So there is that. Oh, and also in this special issue that had the poncho in it, I'm also thinking for my younger daughter for next Christmas, I will make her this topsy-turvy Dollanbear. So it's a bear, and then when you flip the dress over, underneath, it is a doll. So I'm thinking of making that for my younger daughter. So that's also on my 2020 list. Side note, I bought this magazine because of this pattern. I bought this several years before I got pregnant with my first daughter, and I knew I was wanting children, so, and this was one of the main reasons I wanted this issue for this pattern for when I had children. And it turned out neither of my children were born at the right time to use that, because my first child came a couple of weeks after Christmas, and my second child came in spring. So my timing didn't work out so well for that pattern. I'm very disappointed. And also, while I have this magazine out, I just wanted to show this lovely pattern. I've also been wanting to make this for myself. I don't think I'm going to get to this year, but for the last few years I've been wanting to make this for myself. I think it's really pretty, but I just never have gotten around to buying the yarn for it. It takes a number 5 bulky yarn, which I don't have any of. So I just haven't gotten around to it, but I do eventually want to make that sometime. It's really pretty. I just thought I would show that while I had this magazine out. So yes, so there is that. And that is my 2020 project list. So the poncho, the dress, the dish soap cozy, and then the Christmas things, the tissue cover, the mouse, the bear / doll, and that fishtail Afghan. That is a lot of things, and I don't think I'm going to finish them all this year, but we will see how far I get. I also have a list in my head of just like lots of things I want to make in general, not necessarily this year, but like eventually at some point I want to make. I have a lot of books and magazines and those crochet pattern calendars, and I have lots of patterns saved on my computer, and I just have patterns everywhere that I want to make eventually, but I just never get around to them. But I might do another video showing eventual to make patterns, but I have to go through all of my books and refresh my memory, because I know there are things that I've wanted to make that I've forgotten about, and a lot of those things are actually children's things, so I need to go through all of my books and magazines and stuff and write them down and get them started before my children outgrow them. So that might be an ongoing project for 2020, just to keep looking through all of my books and magazines and making a list of everything I want to eventually make. And then when I have such a list completed, maybe I'll make a video. So yeah, so that'll be a thing to think about doing in 2020. Oh, and speaking of the crochet calendar, the crochet pattern desk calendars, you may remember a couple of years ago, I think it was in 2016, 2017, I had the calendars for those years, and I showed the patterns every month from them. I didn't get around to, or I couldn't find one in stores for 2018, and it was too expensive online. And then same thing in 2019, and then this year I was thinking of splurging on the 2021, and news, I can't find it anywhere on any website for sale, so I think they've stopped making the crochet one. The knitting one still exists, but there is no, there's a 2021 for knitting, but there is not a 2021 for crochet. And I have emailed the publisher and the author of that calendar, and I have left messages on both the publishers and authors like Twitters and Facebook pages and just like everywhere I can think of. And that was like over a month ago, and nobody from anywhere has gotten back to me or replied to any of my messages. So I don't think the crochet calendar exists anymore, and that is very upsetting. I love that calendar. so no more calendar. I don't know what more to say about that. I'm very disappointed. But I do have, there was a book I wanted to show in this video that I was given as a Christmas / birthday present. My birthday's in January. But my friend ordered it online and it got lost in the mail. Didn't come in time for Christmas when she came to visit. She's from out of town. So she's still waiting for it, and I don't know when I'm going to get it because it has to get to her and then she has to get to us. And she lives out of town. She doesn't visit all that often, so I'm not sure when I'm going to get it. But she bought me the book. It's called Literary Yarns, and it's like little amigurumi figures of characters from popular works of literature. So there's like a little Anne of Green Gables, there's a little Gatsby from The Great Gatsby, stuff like that. I will leave a link to that book down below in case anyone is interested in seeing what that looks like. I'll leave the Amazon link down below. So yeah, there's that. I will show it when I do get it eventually. I probably won't get it for quite a while. But when I have it, I will show it. And that's another thing for 2020. I might make a couple of things out of that. And I do want to get to my character kits that I got for Christmas and birthdays, like, what, 3-4 years ago now that I haven't got to yet. I have the Marvel kit, the Star Wars kit, the Peanuts, Winnie the Pooh, and there was one more. Oh, classic Disney. It has, like, Mickey and Donald and, like, those kind of Disney characters. So I eventually want to start making characters from those kits. So that might be a thing I start in 2020. Not sure. Maybe. Possibly. Of course, I will let you know in a video if I do. So yeah, so I just wanted to mention that book. I'm really disappointed I don't have it yet, but it will come, and when it does, I will show you all. So I guess that's it for this video. I am rambling now. So I just wanted to go over my crochet plans for 2020. We've done that. So I guess that's it for this video. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope you have a safe holiday and a great start to the new year. And I think that's everything. So happy crafting and happy 2020.